I'm just trying to be me, proving what I got to prove. Some people think that I'm just sitting on top of the world. Sitting on top of the world. Hey, hey. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Junior's World of Soul. I am back with a new video. This video is a special one because I am discussing one of my favorite albums of all time, Brandy's Never Say Never. This album turns 20 years old. Oh my God, y'all, like I'm getting so old. No, I'm not. I am not getting old. I'm old, you know what I'm saying? I don't look old, you know what I'm saying? So I'm getting classic. I like that. Just like this album is classic. But as you can see, I came in with Top of the World with Mace. This joint is still a knocker. It just it's just a feel-good record. And, it felt so good to see Brandy and Mace perform this song live on the Soul Train Awards when she was getting the Lady of Soul Award. And just to see, I think that was just so dope. Now, mind you, everybody in there is sleeveless. And we're talking about sleeveless. And it's hot as heck in there. And Mace comes out there in a white fur. I'm like, Mace, you really tried it, but okay, you know what I'm saying? He came out doing his little dance, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that was just dope, you know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, you gotta love it. The performance was dope. Everything about that performance was dope. I think Brandy definitely deserved that Lady of Soul Award. That girl has really influenced a lot of people, and it really was from this album. She really influenced a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? So, definitely with it turning 20, I definitely had to do an anniversary video because this album is very personal to me, and that's why it's really one of my favorites, to be honest. It's so crazy. A couple of nights ago, Questlove did a top 9 albums that built you. And I had to sit and think for a second, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, yes, this album was one of the albums that really built me, because it was like, yo, this album is everything to me. And I have so many experiences that I went through with this album. So it's just amazing. So I was just like, you know what? This album, I have to talk about. It's 20 years old. And really, the reason why I have to really talk about this album, because it's very personal. Again, because the day this album was released is the same day that my brother that I talked about in all my videos that passed, it's his birthday. So it's crazy how this is one of my favorite albums, and my brother's birthday falls on the day that this album was released. So that's really a personal thing for me. So, again, I had to talk about it. So it's like every time I listen to this album, I think about him. You know what I mean? So I decided with this video to do my top 7 songs from the album, give some personal stories, and basically just jam to the classic, like sing along, you know what I'm saying? Because Rodney Jerkins and Brandy created magic, and they created a whole new sound for R&B, and that's why this album you can still play today and it still sounds current. So let's get this started. Let's go back to June of 1998 and let's rock out. I got my cup. Let's get this started. So, give y'all a little background on it now. I was a Brandy fan from her first album because she was actually my first celebrity crush. And that was actually close to my age. You know what I'm saying? I had crushes that were older, but it was like Brandy was closer to my age, so I had a crush on her. So I would always be around the house singing I Want to Be Down, Baby, Best Friend, Always on My Mind, Broken Hearted. Like, I would just be singing those songs around the house, and my moms would get sick of it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing about me. When I listen to something, I would listen to it over and over and over. And my mom got sick of it. But the one thing that she did like when I sung I Want to Be Down, because she actually liked the remix with Queen Latifah, MC Lyte, Yo-Yo. So she was hype. You know what I'm saying? She was hype. She was like, all right, you can sing that one. But I really didn't care because, I liked her. You know what I'm saying? So my mom was just like, as long as you do I Want to Be Down, the remix, and I can come in and spit my flow on MC Lyte, because she loves MC Lyte. That's like my mom's favorite MC female. So, then after that, of course, like after the first album came out, Brandy completely blew up. Like, she blew up, and she was that it girl. Y'all think that Beyonce now was that it girl? Brandy was the it girl. Like, she was on everything. It was like everything. Then she got her own TV show, Moesha, and it was like Brandy was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So by 1997, I was in my Mary and Janet kind of vibe, because Mary in April came out with Share My World, and Janet came out in October with The Velvet Rope. So I was just jamming to those in 97. It was like really nothing could really get in, because Mary and Janet is basically my two favorite female artists. And so I would play it around the house all the time. Again, my family they was just getting sick of it. And I did not care, you know what I'm saying? So finally we get into 1998, and one thing, my mom would take me to school every day because I wasn't really in my zone. So my mother would have to drive me to school every day because they wanted me to go to that school, and it wasn't in the zone and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, so she would take me, and this is middle school, y'all, because this ain't high school. And, you know, we would listen to Dr. Dre and Ed Lover on Hot 97, and we would listen to Doug Banks on WBLS. So we would go back and forth, and, you know, who's morning show, who would make us laugh, who was funny, blah, blah, blah. So one morning, it had to be in like April, and I think, yeah, it had to be April, and I think we were listening to the Doug Banks show. And Doug comes in and says, well, there's this new song from Brandy, and it's called The Boy Is Mine. So we like, oh, okay, Brandy got a new joint. She ain't had an album out since 94, and we like, okay, we think it's about time, but we like, that girl is mad busy. You know what I'm saying? She just did Cinderella, the girl is Moesha, and she's on everything. So I'm like, finally, we got a new album. So we hear The Boy Is Mine, and we like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We like, we hope it's good, and it actually is. I'm sorry that you seem to be confused. He belongs to me, the boy is. Think it's time we got this straight. Let's sit and talk face to face. There is no way he could mistake for your man, are you insane? So then, right then and there, we was like, wait a minute. So me and my mom sitting there, and we like, well, who the heck is this? We like, who? So we like this joint, you know what I'm saying? But Brandy is going back and forth with somebody, and we like, we don't know who this is. So we like, okay, Doug is gonna say it at the end, but he didn't. So excuse me. So we turned to Hot 97, right? And they was playing the new joint as well. So we like, okay, we like this joint, you know what I'm saying? We like the vibe, but who the heck is the duet with? They didn't say it either. So then it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Then my mother was like, you know who that sounds like? And I was like, well, who? And she was like, that sounds like Kim. And I'm like, Kim? I'm like, Mom, little Kim do not sing. She was like, not that Kim. She was like, I'm talking about the Kim from Moesha, Countess Vaughn. I said, okay, man, I can see that. I was like, all right, I can definitely see that. And she was like, yeah, that might be the duet. So for a couple of weeks, me and my mom stuck with that. We was like, okay, this is Brandy and Countess Vaughn. Cool. So it was on a Friday. Definitely, like I said, for the next couple of weeks. So in about May, my brother Desmond comes in the house, and he was like, yo, I got a surprise for y'all. And we was like, well, what? And he was like, yo, I got Brandy's new single on cassette. We was like, oh, yeah, that joint is hot. We love the joint. You know what I'm saying? And so he give the tape to my mom, and my mom is like, Monica? And I was like, Monica? That's Monica? And then, you know, we didn't think Monica, because we was like, back then, they said there was a beef between those two. So we was like, why the heck would they do a song with each other if there's a beef with each other? So Monica never even entered our mind. We never thought Monica. But then after we saw that Monica was on it, on the single, we was like, now it makes sense. It was like, oh, that's Monica. You know what I'm saying? And we was like, you know what I'm saying? Because we thought, you know what I'm saying, they beef and they don't like each other. And clearly that's still going on today. But we like, really? Monica? So, you know what I'm saying? Don't hate on us. I mean, don't send no, you know, shade towards us because we thought it was Countess Vaughn. We just thought it was because, I mean, she was on Moesha. We thought it was all that, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we thought because we ain't never hear it. So, of course, I grabbed it and I looked in the back, you know what I'm saying? Because that's me. That's when I started looking at albums to see who produced, who arranged, who's the background vocals, who's all this. So, of course, I took the single cover and I saw that Brandy was coming out with an album on June the 9th. I said, Mommy, you gotta buy this album for me. You have to buy this album for me. I want it, you know what I'm saying? And my mom was like, well, sure, because I'm getting sick of Janet and I'm getting sick of Mary. Even though she loves them, but she getting sick of me playing them. So she was like, good, you need another album to jam to, because I'm getting sick of those. So my brother Desmond comes in. He is my cousin, but I also consider him my brother. But he says, well, wait a minute. It's my birthday. How you gonna, you know, be focused on Brandy's on June the 9th, and that's my birthday? I said, first of all, it ain't even about you. You being selfish. It ain't about you right now. It's about me getting this album from, you know, for, you know, Mommy can buy me this album so I can have it. It ain't about you right now. Look, your birthday come next year. We'll worry about that next year. And he was like, no, it's my birthday. So we going back and forth. But Mom was like, okay, I'll get the album for you. So, of course, we ran The Boy Is Mine to the ground. And so after a while, we started not to even like it anymore because we played it so much. Then it was on the radio. Like, the song was, what, #1 for 13 weeks? Like, it was the song of the summer. And this is like, after a while, you get sick of it. And I remember, you know, my sister, my cousin Chris, would be Monica because she loved Monica. I love Monica, but I like Monica, but I love Brandy. Like, I really did. So she would be Monica, I would be Brandy. We would go back and forth or whatever. So, like I said, we ran it to the ground. So finally, the album comes out. My mom goes on Route 18. I'll never forget, CD Now, and went to go buy it. And she came home, and we have been blasting that album ever since. For 20 years, we have been blasting that album. And you know, that's why it just, now y'all kind of get a little background on how I fell in love with it. So now you have a little backstory. I gave y'all a little backstory about the album. So here's my favorite 7 of this classic album. So let's get this started. So starting at number 7, which is track 7, and this song was always about the production for me. Like, Rodney Jerkins did his damn thing with the production of this album, but this song, the production always got me. You know what I'm saying? And this song actually will hit home for me because during that time, it was like, I wasn't all that cool with my pops like that. And I think my relationship with him started to kind of separate a little bit. So, you know, for me, songs always spoke to me. And that's when music always spoke to what I was feeling at that moment. And sometimes I would need him for something, and I felt like I wanted to depend on him, and he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I'm so glad that we got to deal with that after, you know, before he passed. But it was like during that time I needed him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he wasn't there. So when he would be there and I would be playing this song, and I would look at him and be like, you don't know me like you used to. You think I'm still this little junior that's like 5, 6 years old. That's not me. I'm in my teen years. I'm 13 now. You know what I'm saying? I'm changing, like, things that I want to ask you and things like that. I'm not that little child anymore. So anytime that song will come on, I'll be like, you don't know me like you used to. So that's why, you know, that song was very, very kind of like personal for me. So that's why I had to make it on the countdown. So coming in at number 7, even though I sung a little bit of it, is You Don't Know Me Like You Used To. All right, here we go. Oh, man. Tell me what is going on. Got me standing here alone. You don't know me like you used to. Come on, come on. Brandy and make it dance. Dog child and make it dance. So do that dance, do that dance. Come on, man. Like, the production of this is so crazy. It was so different. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never said this, but I felt like Rodney Jerkins and Missy and Timbaland, it was like they were battling and they had their own sound, but it was just so different. It was so dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like this production, it was like something you never heard. And like, you can like listen to this song now and it still feels current. You know what I'm saying? That's how timeless this production is. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy that I love this song so much that I got this CD single from my portable CD player. And it had the remix on it and all that. And it's like, for real, like I had the album already, but I still got the single just to have the remix on it because the remix was crazy. Like, this song is just dope. And like I said, it just, like, you can blast this in your whip right now and it still feels good. It still feels current. Like, I was blasting this on my way home. And then I was blasting out my whip, and I'm riding, and I know people looking at me like I'm crazy, but then I got into a little bit of traffic, and I was blasting this, and one of the dudes that was on my right, he was like, "Oh yeah, that's the jam," and I'm like, "Ain't it though?" And he was like, "That sound nice." We having a conversation in traffic, but you see, like, it still feels good. So definitely, I had to put this on the countdown, and right there, that's what you call timeless production, when you can put this song on now and it still knocks. So coming in at number 7 is "You Don't Know Me Like You Used To." Now, number 6 is a song that I wish we've gotten a video for with some dope choreography, but I guess we have to deal with the performance that she did on the movie with her and Diana Ross, Double Platinum. Like, this song had hit all over it, but I must say, Brandy had 8 singles off this album. What more do you need? You know what I'm saying? Had 8 singles off this album, so I can't be greedy. And, hey, but I want to be a little greedy because I feel like we could have got some nice choreography. She could have got with Fatima Robinson and they could have killed it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I am talking about track 13 and I am talking about Happy. And again, Rodney put his foot in this production. It's just dope, y'all. So here we go. You make me happy and feel so good for the things you do for me. Oh, baby, baby, baby. Woo! Been there, trying to find that one. Ah, that song is so dope. Like, this is the joint that's crazy because me and Moms will rock off to this record because, by the time you got to Happy, it was like by this time, you already had like 3 ballads already that came at you already. So it's like, it's time for up tempo. So then it's like after in the car interlude, it's like this joint just hits you, especially after I want to hear it. And when you play it and it just comes at you and you just like, ooh, this feel good. Like, but the things you do for me, oh, baby, baby, baby. It's so good. And again, this joint still sounds current. You can play this and you can play this with anything out right now and you still have a nice groove to it and it still make you move. And right then and there, that's timeless right there. But God damn, I wish we could have got a freaking video for this with some dope choreography. You know what I'm saying? But when I hear this song now, I can just picture me and my mom in her 1993 Plymouth Sundance just riding because my mom got a cassette player and we would like rock to this and she would blast it and it just felt so good. So, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely had to put Happy on the countdown because this is definitely a highlight of the Never Say Never album. So that's number 6, Happy. All right, so coming at number 6 is track 2. Now this song opens the album. This song showed us that Brandy was not playing games with us on this album. She was not playing. It was not a game, because it's like when you talk about the Never Say Never album, it's like a favorite for everybody. It's like it's a favorite, and it's just like, I don't know, whatever, you know. Maybe this might have been the first song that Rodney and Brandy did when they got together, but to make this the track after you hear the plane in the intro, and then it comes in, never say, never say, never say never, and that happens, and then na 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 na, babe, it's like woo, Brandy ain't playing no games. So definitely, I don't even want to say the name. I just want to play it because this needs I don't even need to say nothing, so. But most importantly, still I love you. Listen, now you fell for her until she broke your heart that day and left you in the rain. But still I bring it back, angel in the sky she was. Listen, now you fell for her until she broke your heart that day and left you in the rain. But I found it quite strange the way you said her name, and when you look in her eyes, I see the look, she can't deny it. Woo! Come on, y'all. That is crazy. Like, listen, this is how you open an album. Brandy was like, listen, I'm not playing with y'all. I am no longer, this ain't, you know what I'm saying, this ain't baby, 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 I want to be down, like, best friend. I'm coming with some real ish right now. And with production like this just showed that her and Rodney was not playing with this album. And to open this was just dope. And a fun fact for this, if y'all didn't know that Joe actually sung background on this record. Yes, I'm talking about the Joe. Don't want to be a player no more. Yes, he sung background. He sung background on a couple of, a few joints on this album. But yo, this joint, definitely, again, this is a Never Say Never favorite for real. And the memory of this song is, I remember my mom popping this into the tape player on our ride down to South Carolina. And me, my pops, and my brother, Desmond, was rocking to this joint. Now, my dad, he started to become an R&B dude because he married into an R&B family. So he started becoming an R&B dude, starting to like R&B music, but he was strictly hip-hop. That was him. So to see him rocking to this, it's like you knew that it was something. Because if you had me, my mom, my brother, and me rocking, like, come on, you got a banger with this. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if Angel in Disguise ain't on your favorites on this album, I'm gonna give you the confused look like, huh? Is something wrong? Or are we listening to the same album or something? Yes, I had to take off the glasses. The Angel of the Side has to be a favorite of yours when it comes to Never Say Never. Period. Woo! I get crazy, y'all. Like, seriously, like, Angel of the Sky, like, that's how you open an album for real. And that's why I definitely had to put it on the countdown at number 5. Now, number 4, baby, is a joint that holds dear to my heart. This song got me through some things, especially in college. Baby, you got to pay, you got to learn the hard way. I can't do the vocal run, but Learn the Hard Way definitely became more of my favorite over time. But here is it. I tried to do the little run. I'm sorry, y'all. I tried to do it for y'all, but I ain't got the Brandy vocal runs. That's all her. I ain't even gonna try, but here we go. You to become a part of me. It's a shame I had to learn the hard way, and now I had to take my love away. You see, I couldn't make it easy. You to become a part of me. Woo! Like, listen to them words, y'all. Like, yes, Lord, that song had got me through some things. And I'm talking to y'all on some real ish right now. That song got me through some ish. And I'm talking about my college days. Lord Jesus. Woo! But can I be honest with y'all on actually why I really, really started loving this song after a while? Because this song is right after The Boy Is Mine, right? And like I was telling y'all when we got the single and we was playing it like crazy, once we got the album, it was like you didn't even really want to hear The Boy Is Mine anymore. And we had cassettes. I had the CD later, but we had cassettes. And who felt like getting up, fast forwarding and doing this kind of stuff? So it was like after a while, it was like we would talk through The Boy Is Mine. And then finally, when we heard dun, 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 like when we heard that coming, it was like, woo, yes, come on, learn the hard way. And after I got older and really got into the words and understand when you go through something like that, it kind of, you know what I'm saying, it hit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's crazy, y'all. We literally used to talk through The Boy Is Mine because we played it so much, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, the older I got, the more I understood this song and the more I played it. And this part right here, if people could hear me out of my dorm room singing, like, listen. Treating me bad all of the time. Ooh, you learn the hard way. Come on, y'all. Like, come on, y'all. You didn't feel that, especially when you going through something. That part right there. And you know what I'm saying? Because Brandy this is just her ad-libs. And even, I'm a sucker for great ad-libs. And that ad-libbing right there, she got me right there. Like, people used to hear me in my dorm room. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't get me to praise dancing because I still feel it when I sing them words. Like, I will get up and start praise dancing. Y'all don't want that. So, but, yo, Learn the Hard Way, definitely a favorite of mine. So that's why I had to put it on my top list. So that's coming in at number 4. Now, coming in at number 3 is track 15. Now, this track was confirmed by Rodney Jerkins that this song was about Wanye behind the music. Now, Rodney, yes, I gotta take off the glasses. I was 12 or 13 when this album came out. I was not stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we ain't crazy. We knew that this song was about Wanye because by then her and Brandy and Wanye wasn't together. So we knew that she had to put something in this album about this breakup. Like, we weren't stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's why we knew that this song had to be about Wanye. Sorry. So, number 3 join us tomorrow. And I got to play a couple of spots of this record. So, here we go. How's this thing? Okay. Here we go. Good night to my heartache. Goodbye, sorrow. What'd you say, Brandy? Start writing me sweet letters and calling me on the phone. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I can go in this all day long, but listen, I am an emotional listener. I talk about it in every one of my videos. And that's why I could connect the emotion when somebody's really feeling it. And you can really feel that Brandy was going through it when she had this breakup with Wanye. Like, you can really feel it. You know what I'm saying? And this song was straight up about emotion, and that's what I love about it. And Brandy is singing truth. This is her truth, so you could definitely feel it. You know what I'm saying? So what I also like is that we also find out that Brandy wrote the bridge. Now you can tell that she was feeling the pain. You can hear the emotion in her voice on this bridge. If you don't, you are really, really bugging. Like, listen to this bridge. Brandy goes in. Here we go. And my days goodbye. I'm leaving you. Don't wanna meet again. Oh, the sun will finally shine on me. Clouds will drift away. Come on, Brandy. How you feeling? Hey, guy. I'm sorry, y'all. Like, that's why I'm like, I had to close the eyes on that joint right there. You know what I'm saying? Because you can definitely hear the pain Brandy is singing out on this record. This was her truth. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm so glad that Rodney let her get that bridge, because that was able for her to, like, really get that pain out of there. You know what I'm saying? And this is a heartbreak ballad for you. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Tomorrow is a big highlight for Never Say Never album, because you feel it's Brandy's truth. This is her truth. This is her soul and her heart poured out on this record, and you can definitely feel it. And coming from an emotional listener, I can totally understand. So that's why I definitely had to put Tomorrow on the countdown, coming in at number 3. Alrighty, so we are at the top 2 now, because, you know, these 2 songs are very personal for me. So I hope I don't tear up talking about it. But, you know, I feel like we family, and I can, you know, express my emotions on camera. And, hey, if it happens, it happens. So coming in number 2 is a song that I love to see Brandy do live, because I feel like she put extra emotion into it when she does it live. And it's just like, this record is everything. And you know, it's a performance that she did when she brought out the Human album. And she did it, and it's like 3 minutes and like 9 seconds. And you just feel the emotion, the way Brandy's singing it. And it's just everything. And I'm talking about Almost Doesn't Count. And here we go. We can sing a little bit of it together. So here we go. Everybody knows almost doesn't count. I can't keep on. One foot outside the door, I hear a funny hesitation of a heart that's never really sure. Can't keep on trying if you're looking for more. And all that I can give you, and what you came here. Woo, God. Oh my God, man. I'm sorry I had to give y'all that ad-lib from that. I'm gonna put that performance in the more info box so y'all can see what part I'm talking about, because I love it when she does that, and then the background singers come in, and that joint is just so dope. But Almost Doesn't Count is so personal, because this song was a song that me and my mom would sing together, and we would relate, because it was honest, it was truth, it was real. And this would be the time where, you know, on the weekends, me and my mom would just go for rides, and she would just ask me about life and how school going, and we would talk about, she would ask me what my goals were, and it was like me and her would just have those conversations. And during that time we would just play the Brandy album, because this is what, because after a while, like I told y'all, my mom would get sick of me wanting to play the Velvet Rope all the time. So I finally had a new album, and we would just talk. And I like miss those moments now where it would be like I can just talk to mom on the phone, and me and her, not on the phone, but I would be sitting on the side of her, and she'd be like, how's school going, baby? And how's everything this? And I'd be like, my, how's work? And she's like, well, Junior, what are your goals? And what do you want to do? And we would kind of go back and forth with that. And it seems like every time, because we would let the album just play, and I think the album is literally like an hour and like 20 minutes long. And, no, it can't be that long. It's not an 80-minute album. I'm sorry, y'all. The math came in. I think it's like an hour and like 6 minutes or something like that. So we would just ride, and we would just let the album play. And it seems like every time we would get, the day would be over, and mom be like, all right, we're going to make our way back home. Almost Doesn't Count's plays. Always. It never failed. And it connected because it was like we were just talking about our goals and what we want to do. And it's like mom would always tell me, if you want to do something, you can't put almost into it. You got to put your all into it. You want something to work for you, you got to put all into it. So to hear this song and to hear, me and mom just discussing that, and me and her just having that moment when it's just me and her, it's very special. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's just, this song is so real. It's just so honest. It's so true. Like, you can't do anything halfway, because if you expect to win, if you give half of yourself, it's not going to work. You know what I mean? You got to give your all, and let people feel your all. Like when I do these videos, I want y'all to feel the rawness. I want y'all to feel the soul from me. I want you to feel the emotion in my heart. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I cry in these videos, but I want y'all to feel the honesty. And it's like I put all of me into these videos, and that's why this song is so powerful. And anytime I kind of feel a little discouraged, these are one of my songs that I go to. You know what I mean? So I definitely had to put that on the countdown. So coming in number 2 is Brandy's Almost Doesn't Count. Alrighty. Oh boy. Alright. This one is gonna be a little tough, but this is the number 1 song. It's my favorite song of all time, period, from Brandy. And clearly it's my favorite song off the Never Say Never album, and it's track number 11. And this song is very sentimental to me, because it was a magical moment between me and my late cousin, who I consider my brother Desmond. It was like a moment that we had, and it was me, him, my mom, my dad, and we were taking a trip to South Carolina just to see family. And we now had this Brandy album for about a week now. And so, of course, you know what I'm saying, my mom and them is asking, well, what album y'all want to start off with? And of course, the first album I say, I want to start off with Brandy. I want to start off with the Brandy album. So they're like, okay, cool. So about 3 hours in, me and Desmond finally just falls asleep. You know what I'm saying? So finally, when, you waking up trying to see where you at, because this is a 10-hour trip. This is from New Jersey to South Carolina. And you kind of waking up and looking, and I look at my mom and dad, and they sitting up there jamming the old school hip hop. You know what I'm saying? They done completely R&B. They gone with it. They might have been listening to it, but me and Desmond was asleep for so long. It was like I would get up and my mom would be rocking. You know what I'm saying? My dad would be jamming. Like that was a moment. That was a good moment to see. But we got to the south of the border, and it was about 5 in the morning. And my pops asked, he was like, Desmond, you want to drive? And he was like, sure, because my father was like, I'm tired. I just did 8 hours, 7.5. And he was like, I'm tired. So if you could take over and drive us in, then I'm cool. So here my mom, you get in the front with Desmond because I'm tired too. And I'm like, well, what you do, Mom? I know you ain't stay up, because my mom quick to fall asleep on the drop of a dime. So I'm like, I know you did not stay up. But the music might have been blasted. So I'm sorry, Ma, you get a pass for that. So I get up in the front, you know what I'm saying? So Desmond was like, well, what you want to jam to? And he was like, something other than the Velvet Rope and Share My World. I said, y'all not going to keep coming for my albums. That's what y'all not going to do. So he was like, but for real, what you want to hear? So I was like, all right, you can throw the Brandy, Never Say Never in, but I want to hear side 2. So he was like, all right, side 2. I was like, it starts with Truthfully. He was like, well, dang, you know the album already? I was like, I love this album. So we put it in, and Desmond starts talking to me. He starts asking me, are you ready for the 8th grade? And, after that, you're going to get into high school and things going to change. And me and him was just talking, you know what I'm saying? So I was telling him, I'm ready for, the challenges of 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? This is the last, time I'm being with my peoples before middle school, because I think I was going to a different high school than everybody, because everybody was kind of going to the regular high school, and my mom wanted me to go to a vocational. So I was like, yeah, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, Have You Ever comes on. And Desmond was like, oh, I like this joint. I was like, okay, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, you don't like it? And I was like, it's all right, you know what I'm saying? It ain't my best, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool, you know what I'm saying? So he was like, oh, okay. So we talking, and the beat for Put That On Everything comes on. And I said, bro, now this is my favorite song on the album. And he said, yo, me too. And I said, for real? And he was like, yes. And we started singing it together. And that moment, I'll never forget. I will never forget that moment. Just to have that magical moment between me and him when he was just like, yo, that's my favorite song too. And we started singing it together. So here is the number 1 song, Put That On Everything. So here we go. Stand to the end of time. Baby, relax your mind where love is here. I do everything, I swear. I put that on everything. I put that on everything. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, man, I'll never forget that. Like, for real, I will never forget that moment. And this song is such a gem. You know what I'm saying? And it's so good that I'm in this Brandy group now. And when I say this is my favorite song, I get like mad likes. And it's like, yo, y'all get it too. I remember I was in Spanish class, y'all, in 8th grade. And my teacher asked me what song I wanted to, was it 9th grade? No, it couldn't have been 8th. It had to be 9th. And she was asking me the song that I would want to put into Spanish. And I said, I want to put that on everything. That song was the song that I wanted to translate into Spanish. And that song is just everything. It's such a gem. I'm so happy that Brandy actually performed it live one time, because I think a lot of people was asking about it. And that's why it's like a great song, man. And I'm so happy because Floyd Kelly was going off about Brandy's Appreciation Day on Twitter yesterday. And he was like, I'm about to talk about all the Brandy gem. And when he did Put That On Everything, I was like, Claude, you get it. You get it, man. Like, you get it. This song is everything, man. And so it's like now when I listen to the song, I get a little emotional, because it's like, it makes me think of that moment and how I miss him every day. And Desmond is the guy that I can really count on when nobody, I'm talking about men, he was the guy that I can really, really count on. Like, if I needed anything from him, he was there. And it's just like now when I listen to that song and I go back, like sometimes, y'all, like I literally close my eyes and I just sing all the words, and it just tears will come down, rolling down my face, because I'm thinking about him and how I miss him. And it's just that moment I will never forget. So, you know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something about him. Desmond had a beautiful heart, and it's like you could not like him. He just had a beautiful heart, a beautiful spirit. And if you met him, it was like, how could he had... From my knowledge, Desmond never had any enemies. Never had any enemies. You know what I'm saying? I might have went on him and cussed him out and said, I can't stand you. But at the end of the day, like, 2 minutes later, I'm like, bro, I love you, I'm sorry. Like, that's how much of a heart that Desmond had, and that's why I miss him. And it's so ironic that her album came out on his birthday. You know what I'm saying? He's no longer here. So it's just, this song is very, very dear to me. And even though I loved it before that moment, it made me realize that I'm glad that I did love this song because he loved it too. So that's why Put That On Everything is my favorite and forever special to me. So that's the #1 song. So those are your top 7 songs. My favorites from the classic Never Say Never album is 7, You Don't Know Me. 6 is Happy. 5 is Angel in Disguise. 4 is Learn the Hard Way. 3 is Tomorrow. 2 is Almost Doesn't Count. And #1 is Put That On Everything. I have to big up the other songs. Have You Ever was #1, was a #1 song for Brandy. Truthfully, that Mark Nelson did. Never Say Never. You know what I'm saying? That song was very kiddish. It gave me a little of the first album vibes. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, it's the title of the album. And One Voice. You know, Brandy give you a gospel. She had to, with BB Winans on the background, and I think Andre Crouch had his choir singing on the background. So I definitely have to give respect to those songs just as well, because those songs also made up the album. I just can't believe that this album is 20 years old, and this album, Brandy and Rodney Jerkins created a new sound for R&B, and it changed. You know what I'm saying? It really changed. After that, it's like Rodney started working with other people, and then it was just like the sound they created with that. He took it, and other people started, really being influenced from the sound. But I also have to shout out Fred Jerkins, Rodney Jerkins' brother, LaShawn Daniels. I have to shout him out. Harvey Mason, Diane Warren, she wrote Have You Ever. David Foster, he produced Everything I Do. He produced Have You Ever, and I think he produced Truthfully, if I'm not mistaken, or One Voice. I think One Voice he produced. But all those people, how could you not get a great album? You know what I'm saying? The album went to sell 16 million worldwide. When you talk about the 90s R&B album, you have to talk about Brandy's Never Say Never album, because it really stamped the 90s for real. And it was like at the end of the 90s, and a new sound came out of it, and it just helped R&B get pushed. You know what I'm saying? So this album is special to me. I'm finally going to get the vinyl for it. I wanted to have the vinyl when I did the video, but it's not going to be here until probably Friday. So I'll get the vinyl. So I will be receiving it in a couple of days. I'm so hyped to just be playing it on my record player, because the album is just so special to me. But this video was definitely in dedication in honor of my late brother Desmond. I love you and I miss you every day. And listen, tell my pops I said what's up. Tell granddaddy I said what's up. And I just miss you and I love you. So this was dedicated to him. But I kept y'all long enough. I kept y'all for 48 minutes. So I'm going to get out of here with the remix that Rodney bodied once again, that I love. And here we go. And hopefully you enjoyed the video. And never say never, man. When you talk about a Brandy album, Never Say Never should be the #1. So here we go. Sitting on top of the world, on top of the world. Woo! Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to live my life. Come on. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. And some days I said I wish I would bring it back. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. And some days I said I wish I was a I'm back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. And some days I said I wish I was a kid again. I'm out, y'all. Happy 20th to Never Say Never album. Brandy, thank you so much. I hope you get to watch this video to see the craziness and how this album really, really built me for who I am today. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm out. Peace.